All right, y'all, I'm back with the next video. So I'm just going to leave off from where I left off of the last video. So basically we are in, I unpacked my stuff up. Layla's a month old. I moved down there the first week of February. So got my car, got my stuff, got my 1-month-old baby, and I drive 12 hours down to Florida to start a new life and to see if we could co-parent and cultivate something so that my kid can know who her other side is. I made that sacrifice to do that, so that's what I did. So we get there. We're in separate rooms. I have my own room over here. He has his room is it's like a Jack and Jill room. So we shared the bathroom, but the rooms were separate. So I was fine with that. So, you know, I was able to stay home with Layla. He was quote unquote in school doing what I don't know. Basically just going to school, smoke with boys and play basketball and not learn anything. That's basically what he was doing. Me, I'm at home with Layla. I'm filling out job applications because I knew it was gonna possibly take me a while to find a job, but I wasn't worried about that because I work. That's nothing. And plus, I had my money saved. I had my little $3,500, and I still had some money in my bank account from just my regular money from what I was, from what I was doing before I had Layla. So I was content on that. And I had a roof over my head. There was food in the house. I wasn't worried about that. So while everybody is gone and at school and at work, I'm at home. I'm at home with my baby. So actually, no, his mom was at home, but she had just quit her job. So that's why she was still at home, but she would still leave and do her things. But eventually, I want to say maybe the second month of me being there, she ended up getting a job. So that's when I was fully at home by myself. So this is, like I said, we got down there in February and, everything was fine. Had my own room, had my own stuff, we would, I would wake up every day. My child is gone because the grandmother done kidnapped my kid and been downstairs with her all day. But as a mom, that's something that you hope for, you pray for. Okay, yeah, they were so excited about Layla. So that made me, happy. But, so I was filling out job applications, just waiting on the job to come through. And finally in May, I got hired on for a job. It was a little Spanish little burger joint that was in a plaza. It was like the mall. It was it was like a famous burger place. Straight Dominicans, Cubans, literally it was me and another black girl there. But everybody else was literally that's the area where there's a lot of, Florida's a melting pot. So it was a lot of Mexicans and Dominicans and Cubans and, so it was really a culture shock for me. Because I saw my people, but I didn't really see my people. But that didn't mean anything to me. I took Spanish in high school, so I knew a little caballero. I knew a little bit, so I wasn't worried about that. So I'm working, starting my job. It wasn't really nothing, but I was a cashier and, I'm just doing my thing, working and stuff like that. So it's crazy because since it being a melting pot and since it was only me and another black girl there, with me being a cashier in that area, these people, they can speak English. They just choose not to. They just don't want to. They prefer to speak in their own language, which I get it. I understand. But it came to a point where I wasn't getting any customers. Nobody would want to come to my line because I'm an African American. They don't think I'll understand them and things like that. Now, I'm picking up on things. I'm very smart. I like to learn, so I'm picking up on things. I got my coworkers who are teaching me words and things like that. So, and then it came to a point where I got tired of people not coming to my line. So I started to, I literally got one of my coworkers to help me do my whole, because we had an introduction. When they would come up to the line, we would have to say this little introduction and things like that. I got my coworker to teach me how to say Spanish, say my whole little intro spiel in Spanish. And once I got the hang of it and the customers started to come, and they'll just, they'll look at you and then they'll try to like wait for the next person. If all the lines, it was like a buffet line, like a cashier's, like 6 cashiers. And I was always either the first or the last. So most of the time I was the first. So they would come and they would like, no, I don't want to talk to her. But as soon as I started speaking Spanish and, like, come on, like, I got you. I'm okay. Like, it's good. They would get comfortable. So the manager saw that. Like, nobody is going to, like, you can try to discriminate me, but you're not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to, oh my God, they don't want to come to me. It's not going to happen like that. So got into the spiel of that. Now, mind you, I'm making $8.25 an hour. I have a 2-month-old. And, I want more money. Like, I want to do things. I'm trying to get somewhere. So doing that, get back to the situation with him. So I'm working, I'm finally making money. The only thing that I had to really pay was car insurance, my cell phone bill, and things like that. Now, mind you, he's not paying any bills. Mommy is paying for everything. Phone, car, what gas, whatever he wanted, he got. But me, I gotta scrimp. I gotta save. I gotta do this. And she put me on a budget. So literally I was only subjected to $50 a week because my car insurance was like 200, like maybe almost 200 and something. And mind you, my car is paid off, but it's Florida. I understood that. I understood the mechanics of it. So she put me on a budget for $50 a week. And I was doing that. I would pay my bills and do that. And then whatever else I had was for, me, my little maintenance and things like that. And whatever my baby needed. That's really why I was working. It was strictly just for my baby. So we're going. Now, he doesn't have a job. He's not working nowhere. He's in school. So I say a couple months pass by. He flunks out of school, but didn't tell anybody. He was still waking up every day, faking going to school and stuff like that, while I'm getting up every day, putting, my best foot forward, and I'm going to this job that I don't really want, but I have a child. You don't have the time to be like, I don't want to do this when you have a kid. And so that's what my mindset was. So it came to a point to where his mom had bought me a laptop. And, at this point, I'm shocked because she was getting me things, but I wasn't used to people giving me things. I wasn't used to people doing things out of the kindness of their heart because I've always been alone. I've always been by myself. So I get what I need on my own. So when you are not used to something, you're thinking that, oh my God, these people are being nice to me. Like, and I was like really shocked. Like, she got me a new phone and things like that. And she was like, you're a mother. You need to have a better phone. You need to be contacted at all times. So I understood that. I'm like, yes, there's another mother figure that's trying to guide me and help me on my way. Because I'm doing everything right. I'm not that type of person. I just want to be a better person. And, she was in military and, she carried herself in a classy way. So I looked up to that. We'll get there. But yeah, so as time goes along, Layla's godmother, now mind you, the cult that was waiting on me, one of the women were included. So me and him appointed her as godmother because, you want that for your kid, to have that safety net. If something were to ever happen to you, she could go with this person or look to this person, even though I know her grandparents would be right there, because I didn't really have nobody on my side of the family to do that. Like I said, my grandma, she's elderly, and my sister, she has her own kid, and I wouldn't want to, so I'm thinking about everything. And my uncle, he has his own life. He's married. He has daughters that, still in school, like and stuff like that. So get to the point where I'm working, I'm busting my ass, I'm doing everything I need to do because I'm trying to get a new car. I'm trying to move out. I want my own space, like, but it's Florida, it's expensive, so I knew it would take me some time. And she also told me that too before I moved down there. So before I moved down there, I was doing my research, just trying to see like what jobs were open, and things like that. Because I never doubted that I could get a job. I never doubted that, I had the work ethic. I've always had that, y'all. So I'm working. She buys me a laptop, and I'm on there filling out applications in between, using my laptop because it's mine. So we're sliding into maybe July, around my birthday time. So I'm working and stuff like that. Finally made a friend that I felt comfortable with. She worked with me, so I started, building a friendship with her. Oh, they didn't like that. They did not like that. From the moment they knew I had a friend, oh, no, we're not having that. So they would plant little seeds in my head saying that she's not a good person and this and that. I'm just like, you don't even know her. Like, she doesn't even come to the house. Like, we hang out outside of the house because I didn't want to bring anybody to the house because I don't know. I just didn't want to. So we would hang out and stuff like that, and they would make it so difficult for me to hang out with people. They only wanted me to be around them. They only wanted me to be in the midst of their energy, of their people who they appointed from church and all these other places and family. Now, they're from Chicago. They're originally from Chicago, and they used to tell me stories about how they hated Chicago and how they hated being there and how he got his phone stolen, like family members have stolen from them and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, like, I get it, people don't like their hometown, whatever. But whatever. But as I know their family lineage now, oh, I totally get why these people act the way they act. I totally get why y'all move the way y'all move. Y'all are a family full of narcissists. And y'all are different variations, different forms of narcs. Anyways, we'll get there, like I said. So one day I'm working and stuff like that, and I come home and I'm greet my baby, get her and stuff like that. I'm sitting down and I'm in my room and I'm looking for my laptop. Looking for it. I'm just like, my laptop is the same place where I leave it all the time because I'm barely on it. Like, I'm either watching TV or I'm downstairs or I'm trying to like help out or something like that. Or I'm with my baby. Couldn't find my laptop. So literally was looking for my laptop for like a week. Could not find it. Okay. So one day, I'm at work and I'm trying to buy me something to eat for lunch. Bought me something to eat, but me, I have a habit of checking my account. Like, I just look at what's going out and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I have a roof over my head. I don't have that many bills to pay, but I'm trying to get somewhere. So I look at my account and I see straight. Now I go all the way back from February, from the time I got there, from here, and it's like July, August. So I'm looking at my bank account and just eating my food, looking at my bank account, blah blah blah. I see nothing but Xbox charges from February up until now. $20, $30 charges of Xbox. I'm floored. And then, so I sat and I waited on it. And I'm just like, this got to be a mistake because I don't fuck with Xbox, but he has an Xbox. He plays Xbox every day. Like, that's life for him. Lame. Pathetic. Anyway. So what I do is, I wait on it and I'm just like, okay, I'm finna see something. So maybe a couple days pass by and I'm in his car. I had to drive his car to work for some reason. I don't remember what was going on with my car. But I had to, oh yeah, my air conditioner had went out. That's what happened. My air conditioner went out. So I had to drive his car and he was driving one of their cars because they had multiple cars. So Driving his car, and I look in the middle console, and there's a receipt sticking out of the console. So I just get it and I look at it, and it's a receipt to a pawn shop. So I read it, and guess what was on it, y'all? My laptop. He pawned my fucking laptop. And then I'm thinking about the charges. Y'all, he was stealing from me. He was stealing from me. I'm talking about literally would go in my room when I'm sleeping, or, you know, or things like that, would go in my purse, literally took my debit card, pawned my laptop, was pawning my shit. And I'm just like, you're stealing from me. Like, we have a kid together. Like, I would never take, I wasn't raised like that. I would never take anything from you. I would never do that. Like, that's not mine. That's not my possession. But he was stealing from me. So I call his mom, and I'm just like, do you know that Taiwan pawned my laptop? And she's just like, you know, she's acting concerned, like, oh my God, well, do you know he really, I said, I'm looking at a receipt right now that says he pawned my laptop. And she made the comment, oh, yeah, he's pawned my things before. She said, that's why I started hiding my stuff. You got to lock your room. You got to lock your door. Mind you, I don't have a lock on my fucking door. And we have a Jack and Jill room set up. So he could easily go through the motherfucking bathroom. I'm sorry. I told y'all I'm trying to stop cursing. He could easily go through the bathroom, go and have easy access to my room. And if I'm asleep, I have a 7-month-old. I'm working. I'm taking care of my kid as soon as I come home. So I'm tired. So I'm sleeping like a mummy. Like, I don't hear anything when I'm asleep because I'm exhausted from being a mother, a working mother. So, and he's not helping me. Mind you, in between this time, he's not helping me do anything. The only time he wanted to do something was when he was mad at me. And he would take Layla away from me. He would get her and he would go in his room. Now, his room could lock. He could lock both sides of his room, but I didn't have a lock on my door to do that. You know, so he would take my child from me and go lock himself in the room to spite me. Not take care of her and get on the game and ignore her. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting pissed just even. No, I'm not getting pissed, but it's just annoying to even know I had to sit through shit like that. Things like that. But anyway, so I'm on the phone with her and she's like, yeah, she laughed it off. She's like, yeah, you need to start hiding your stuff. I hide my stuff and I lock my room. And I'm just like, first of all, why would that be your first reaction to say to me? Like, so y'all are used to this shit. Like, okay. And then I proceed to tell her about him loading my debit card. And I've been getting yammed for months for him keeping his Xbox membership or some shit like that. I don't even know what it was, but it just said Xbox. So she was like, oh, are you sure he did that? Excuse you? Do it look like I sit around here and play do it look like I sit around here and play Xbox? No, I don't. Like, I don't play games. But clearly your son does. So she tried to disregard that. Disregard, like, you are stealing money from me. You are stealing things that I'm trying to build something for me and my kid. I'm trying to get somewhere, and y'all are fine with this dude stealing from me. I didn't come from that. I wasn't raised for us. I would never go in my sister's room and steal her stuff or charge her card or do anything like that. I was raised correctly. But see, that's what you're used to. That's what you're used to. And you enable him and you chalk that shit up. You were just glad that he wasn't stealing from your ass no more. That's what I chalked it up to. You just mad that you had another target, and that's what it was. You wanted to put your responsibilities off you having a child that you fucked up raising, and you wanted to push him onto me. But that didn't click in my head because I was in the midst of the shit. I'm a new mom. I'm not thinking about things like that. So what I did was I called my bank and I got the charges disputed. Now, thankfully, I was able to get all of that money back because they've never seen Xbox on my stuff. And I literally had to start hiding my stuff from him. Like, okay. So we move forward. I'm still working. I'm still doing that. Now, mind you, I'm at work and I'm tired of making $8.25 an hour. It's not enough. So what they tell me is, okay, and I was like, so we, like I said, it's a burger place. So they were famous for their bread because they made their bread from scratch. And I was always intrigued on how they made the bread. And the people and my coworkers who made the bread, they were so sweet. They were Dominican and Cuban, and they loved me. Like they were always, you know, I was always putting them on my Snapchat when I was at work and stuff like that. They were always teaching me, their language and stuff like that, and telling me things about their culture. So I love that. Like, I love to learn things like that. I love to I never want to be ignorant to other people's culture and things like that, because I don't want you to be ignorant to mine. Okay? Because ours is the one that has been broadcasted for over 400 years. So it's just like, I can't go in there and be ignorant. So I want to learn too. So I talked to my manager one day and I was just like, I want to learn how to do bread. He was like, okay, you can learn how to do bread, but they have to teach you. And I'm looking at them, I'm just like, but y'all be over there doing bread too. Like, we had 3 managers. Like, that's how much of a frenzy that place was. That's how famous that place was. Like, they had 3 managers. I only fucked with 1 manager, and his name was Enzo. He was cool as hell because he wasn't on that evil shit. Them other 2, they were Beavis and Butthead to me, like, whatever. So get to doing that, and he was like, okay, you can do bread, but they got to teach you. Now, mind you, the main worker who was over the bread, his name was Carlos. Now, Carlos did not speak a lick of English. I'm talking about straight off the boat from coming to Florida. Like, he did not speak any English. But he would like sign language to me, and we would write things down. So I was like, okay, I'm cool with Carlos. It's not like I'm learning from somebody who I don't like or anything like that. And I'm not the type of person who just doesn't like people. But now that I'm standing in my power today, I always knew how to read energy. I just didn't know what it was. I just never knew what that feeling was. But now it's just like he had warm energy. He was always speaking to me, hey, Brianna, blah, 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 stuff like that. So I went over there and he was like, now, I'm not going to promote you until you learn the measurements, till you learn how to make the bread, and I see that you're doing it. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I learned how to say knife in Spanish, cuchillo, frío, feo is ugly. Like, I'm talking about, teach me this. How you say? No, I was like, all I know is punta. He was like, yeah. So like, we would joke and laugh, and like they really took me under their wing, and guided me. So within 1 month, I'm over there making bread on my own. So, and it's crazy because the managers were shocked. This little black girl from Alabama literally is catching on to everything. So I started making the bread, and they bumped me up to $9.25 an hour. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm doing this. Like, I'm getting somewhere. These people are seeing me, that I'm not taking no for an answer, and that I want more. Like, I don't want to be a cashier all my life. Like, that's small work to me. Like, who doesn't know how to cashier? Who doesn't know how to push buttons and take money? Like, that's child's play to me. So get going. Now I'm making bread on my own, making $9.25, and my schedule changes. Now, mind you, when I was a cashier, I used to have to work from 5 to 10, or I used to have to work or come in from like 2 to 6 or 8. Hated those shifts because I want to be off at a certain time. I've always liked morning schedules because I like to get up, get my day going, do my hours, finish my day, and I like to have the rest of my day because I want to be there with my child. Like, I want to go to sleep with my kid, and I want my kid to wake up and see me. So that's what I did. So my schedule changed from 8 to 3. So that was another plus for me. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it got to a point where, now I told y'all he wasn't working. So he was at home either watching Layla when her godmother wasn't watching her because her godmother worked at a daycare. But I wasn't really too fond of that daycare because it screamed ghetto. You want my child to go here, but y'all consider yourselves all high class and mighty and stuff like that. But it was suitable because it was me. Okay? All right. But I didn't care because I knew her godmother was there. So I knew my child was going to be watched at all times. But when she couldn't watch her, she would have to be stuck with her dad, which I hated because it's so crazy how you have a kid with somebody and you don't trust their judgment when they're alone with your kid. Once again, what the did I get myself into? Like, I'm at work worried and stuff like that. So, whatever. So, it came to a point where when he would watch her, he would literally come up to my job with his little friends, and they would literally sit in the fucking lobby while I'm working and have my baby sitting on top of the table, looking at me, reaching for me, crying for me and stuff like that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I'm at work. No, because you want to get our child off so you can go hang out with little kids that ain't even your age. First of all, you're 25 years old, but you around here hanging around 16 and 17-year-olds. You tell me what that's supposed to do. You paint the picture for me. Paint the picture for me. Okay, whatever. So he started to do that so frequently. Like, it got to a point where I had to leave the job twice because I'm not finna sit up here and watch my baby crying and reaching for me and stuff like that. And it's just like I'm feeling embarrassed in front of my coworkers. I'm embarrassed in front of my managers. This is so unprofessional. I'm all about professionalism. So why would you bring my kid into my place of work? Not that it's so high class and mighty, but it's where I get my money at. This is how I'm taking care of us. But you want to bring her in there to fucking psych me out, to fucking have me fucking, I'm doing bread where I have to measure out measurements. Like, the measurements have to be perfect for the bread to rise, for things to flow and consistency. But you trying to fuck me up. Okay. Besides the point, he started doing that. So there came a point where I guess his mama was fed up with him. So he had to start looking for a job. Y'all know this lady started sending me job applications to fill out for his ass? Excuse you. Who do you think I am? I'm not finna fill out no job application for you. Now, mind you, I will help anybody that needs help, but this nigga don't even want to help himself. But y'all want to put all that strife on me. Y'all want to put all the strife on the person who is doing what they need to do. I could have been a baby mama. And I could have raised hell every goddamn day up in that house. But that's not me. That's not my character. Wait on it. So, started sending me job applications and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I'm still filling out job applications because I'm ready to slide. Because after I learned the bread, I'm just like, okay, I'm asking the managers, I know how to cashier. I know how to do bread. The next phase was the kitchen, prepping. I'm used to prepping. I had to prep at McDonald's. I had to prep at other little jobs I was at. So prepping was nothing for me. And I'm away from the public. Like, I like to be away. Like, I'm a chill in the cut type of female. Like, I like to chill in the cut. I like to be silent. I always consider myself a silent partner. Like, stuff like that. So I'm talking to the managers. I'm like, okay, my coworker told me because she was making $10.50 an hour. And I'm like, okay. You making $10.50 an hour? And she was like, that's because I work in the kitchen too. So she was doing bread in the kitchen. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead, bring it around town. Like SpongeBob, bring it around town. Let me hit that kitchen up so I can get that $10.50 an hour. Y'all, when I tell you that these people was like, okay, we'll let you prep. So I'm like, all right. So cool. It was like, but we're not going to give you a raise until you learn how to prep. So in between me cashiering, I would jump in and cashier sometimes, and then I would do my bread. But my main focus was the bread from this point, and I would only jump on cashier when like the bread was baking and I had downtime. Now I was baking bread, I was doing brownies, Rice Krispie treats, everything that we did when it came to sweets and bread, we made like it was handmade. So, and I'm not just making bread, I'm making brownies, I'm making Rice Krispie treats, I'm making all the sweets that we had in the company. So, and then the owner of the place, he would come in every now and then, and one day he saw me back there doing bread, and he was talking to me, and one of those he's one of those people, but I'm so used to dealing with people like that, didn't even faze me, because I'm over here doing my job. I'm over here doing something that you thought a black girl couldn't do. So talk, you're the owner, I can't get fired, so whatever, I got to keep my mouth closed. So doing that, and he's talking to me one day, and he's just like, so I heard you want to go to, like, I heard you want to go to the kitchen, you want to work at the kitchen, blah 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 blah. And I was like, yes sir, I would like to work at the kitchen. I know how to do cashier, I've learned my whole menu in Spanish, and I've learned bread, they taught me well, so I'm doing that on my own. And you know what this man told me? He said, well, you need to work on your Spanish, because we can't have you in the back unless you have to be more Spanish like. Okay, whatever. Not knowing that this was all a plot, this was all a plan, whatever. Anyway, that's another time for another day. Let's get back to this ink blot. Anyways, so he wasn't working and stuff like that. So I ended up putting my name on the line to get him a job at the exact same place I'm working at. Mind you, this nigga been stealing from me. This nigga been bringing my kid up to the job, frazzling me. This nigga been like, sorry I keep saying nigga, but I don't know any other word to describe him, because when I'm not, just because I'm talking in this video, I'm talking to y'all about this now, I don't speak of him. He gets no features over here in my music video. He don't get no features over here. I don't speak his name, I don't speak of him, I don't speak on him, especially around my daughter. If my daughter mentions him, of course I'm going to keep that line of communication open. I'm never going to down him in front of her. That's never been me. I've always wanted the best for my child. Back to the story. Get him a job at the same place I'm working at. Y'all, when I take, now, mind you, I've been here 2 years now. I done been here 2 years now. Same place, 2 years now. First job I got here. Been here 2 years strong. Done moved up, moving around. Now, mind you, to make more money, I was working, like, I had 2 off days. So I would be off like on Wednesday, and then I would be off on like, I would either be off back-to-back days, or I'll be off like a Tuesday, and then I'll be off a Thursday. I didn't like back-to-back days, so I told them to stop doing that. Don't give me back-to-back off days. That sounds pointless to me. Like, it makes me feel lazy. But anyways, so, and then it was the most monotonous days of the week. Why? Like, give me an off day on a Friday. I don't want to do that, because clearly, duh. So it got to a point now, this company, this hamburger company or restaurant, they had 4 locations. One in Kendall, one in Doral, one in Pembroke Pines where I was working at, and another one in I want to say Coral Gables, but I'm not sure. It's been so long, like, I'm not sure. But I know Doral. So, mind you, I'm in Pembroke Pines. Doral is literally like almost 45 minutes to an hour away from us. I wanted more money. I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't seeing any collateral. I wasn't seeing anything moving, because, I'm going through hella shit at home with these people. She's dismissing shit up under the rug. He's stealing from me. He's degrading me. He's belittling me. And I get you a job at my place. I put my face on the line for you to get a job, so you won't be a pathetic. So get him a job. He's working there and stuff like that. Now, in between that, back to Doral. It was an hour and 45 minutes away. So instead of me taking them off days because they needed more people at Doral, y'all know what I did? I said, I'll work. So I was literally working Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at my main location. And on my off days, Tuesday and Thursday, driving an hour and 45 minutes out to make more money. But I was only a cashier there because they didn't want me. They didn't want me in their environment like that. Once again, the only black female amongst a melting pot of Dominicans, Cubans, whatever. But I took the tools that I used from my location, doing my whole thing in Spanish, jumping in when they needed me to, busting down tables, all of that, letting them know, like, I'm not no slack. Like, I know what y'all think of me and my skin color. You're not going to get that from me. I'm talking about busting my tail. And it came to a point where there was a little Spanish girl. She was a manager. Her name was Christina. Oh my God. I'm not going to say I didn't like her. We had a love-hate relationship because you know somebody who, and she was younger than me. Like, literally, I'm kind of like the oldest one amongst the people working there besides the people in the back because they were older. They were in their 40s and stuff like that, like had kids and all. And so I'm 20. I'm 20, like 25, 26. So I'm like the oldest in all of the co-workers that I had amongst me. Like, so back to Christina. So she's one of those young females that get some power and, it just goes to her goddamn head. But it was something about me that I feel like it was something about me that she didn't like. She didn't like my light. Once again, now that I'm standing here today, she could not stand my light. And she could not take that. Anytime she tried to serve me with some shit, you finna get served right back, little girl. You finna get served right back, little girl. I'm a whole mother over here. Don't play with me. Like, don't play. I came here to work. I ain't come here to keep up no mess. I didn't come here to play little kid games with y'all. Okay? So y'all go ahead and speak in that Spanish, Cuban, whatever language y'all speak. Go ahead and speak in it, because I know a little bit of what y'all saying. And then she's that type she'll go talk about you behind your back and then come in your face and, oh, how's your baby? How's your daughter? She's good. She's good. You need me to do anything? Okay. If not, move around, bitch. I'm sorry. Move around. So, but I had been there 2 years already. So in the beginning, it was like, oh, I can't stand her. But we started to, get an understanding. I ain't want no friendship or nothing. We had an understanding, okay? Understanding that you ain't finna move me, okay? I got my lemon pepper steppers on, and I'm ready for whatever. Like I said, TTG train to go. I stay ready for anything. Like, I don't know what people took me for. Just because I'm sweet, I'm quiet, I don't bother anybody, doesn't mean that when you start bothering me, I'm not gonna shake shit up. But at the end of the day, I had to remember that I had a child to take care of, and I have a mission. I'm trying to get somewhere. All right, besides the point. So, mind you, I'm working. I'm literally working every day of the week. Literally, maybe Sunday was my only off day. And I'm spending that day with my kid. Mind you, these people are making me get up every single Sunday faithfully and go to church. Going to church every Sunday. And y'all raising hell to me in this house. But as soon as we step up in that, we went to the Faith Center. Most of y'all maybe know it. It's a big church in Florida. Pastor Henry Fernandez. Like, yeah, so she was in the choir and everything like that. So, made me go to church faithfully every Sunday. Little did those people know that they were abusing me. They were straight up abusing me. But my mind, I'm still operating in flesh. I'm still operating like, well, this is what families go through. This is what No. My family would never. I was never raised like that. So, and mind you, making me get up, making me get up every Sunday and go to church. But y'all letting him sleep. Oh, he waking up early in the morning, catching out the door. Out the door, been gone all day, not worried about his kid, not worried about his livelihood, not worried about nothing, chasing little girls and smoking weed and doing all the stuff like that. But no, Brianna has to show up. Brianna has to be there. Brianna has to show her face every Sunday. I can't have a day, me working 6 days a week. Working 6 days a week. I still got to get up and go praise the Lord, which I did not have a problem with. But when you sit back and you look at it, the main person who need to be going to church is that demon over there. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all want to show this fake ass relationship. I'm sorry. Y'all want to show this fake relationship that y'all had with me. Y'all were literally trying to treat me like a charity case. Like I came down here begging for shit. Like, oh my God, they live in a nice big house. Oh my God, they drive Benzes and Mercedes and they military and they're retired and they have prestigious jobs and shit like that. I don't give a damn. I didn't care. I had my own stuff. But I'm trying to build and they're depleting me. Trying to build and they're depleting me. Trying to build and they are pulling the rug up from underneath me every chance they got. Mind you, now, it's New Year's Eve. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. It's New Year's Eve. And like I said, I told y'all, I finally made a friend. Oh my God, I have a friend. Oh my God, I have a release. I have an escape to where I can get away from these people, you know, just to take a breather. Like, just to not be so consumed with being a mother. Like, because I'm an individual. I was somebody before I had a child. But all y'all see is me being a mother. Finally had a friend. So, I wanted to go hang out with my friend for New Year's. I don't want to go to church. I don't want to go to revival. I don't want to do that thing. Now, mind you, he wasn't going anyway. But do you think they cared? No. All day they were asking me, you going to church? You going to church? You going to church? You going to church? I'm like, no, I have plans. I already told y'all this. Mind you, I told her this a week before that I had plans, that I wasn't going to church. Okay? And she was like, okay. Now, the day of, soon as you wake up in the morning, you going to church? You going to church? You going to church? You going to church? And I'm telling her, I'm standing firm on what I'm saying. No, I'm not going to church. I told you I had plans. Like, and I'm not thinking nothing of it because at this point, I know, like, she's one of those persistent people. Like, she persists. She will persist, but the way she persists is like a narcissist would. She will persist, but she will come at you from different angles. You sure you don't want to go to church? Okay. Well, they're doing this at church tonight. No, so-and-so and so-and-so gonna be there. I don't give up. I don't care. And I'm just like, no, maybe next time, but I really want to go do this. I really want to go hang out with my friend. Like, I don't have any other time to hang out with her. Like, I'm always either here or I'm always at work. Give me some breathing room. Give me some space. Little did I know, that is what narcissists do to plant seeds in your head, to isolate you. They were slowly, I'm already in another state away from my immediate family. And mind y'all, I mean, and let me tell y'all this, during this time, I was so ashamed because my family didn't even want me to move down there. My grandma cried when I left, and I hated that. But I'm just like, Grandma, you are oh, you cannot. And then my grandma's house was kind of falling apart, like the roof was caving in and stuff like that. So I didn't want to bring my kid up in the way I was brought up, even though I love my house. Like, I was comfortable there, like, stuff like that. But I was more so thinking about my grandma and how she already had to raise us after our mom passed. I'm talking about 11 and a 14-year-old. Because I wasn't 12 yet. So, 11 and a 14-year-old. So, I'm just like, I can't put that on my grandma. And then my sister already had my niece. So it's just like, I can't do that to my people. Like, so I have an opportunity to do something better. I'm going to do that. So my family didn't even want me to go down there. Like, and like, so once I got down there, I really wasn't even talking to my family. Like, It took me 5 years to actually tell my family what these people were doing to me and what I was going through, because I was so ashamed. I was so embarrassed. Like, the shame started from me even getting pregnant. So I carried that shame on, and I'm just like, no, I laid on my back and had this child. I decided to move down here, so I have to eat whatever these people decide to give me, because I wasn't strong enough in my faith to do that. I didn't want to be out on the street somewhere. So I was just biding my time. I was just like trying to keep the peace and do whatever I needed to do for that. So back to the New Year's. So get down. So it's like maybe, I want to say like 7:30. I'm getting ready to slide. I'm dressed. I'm ready. I just chopped it up with my friend on the phone. Like, hey, I'm on the way. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I go downstairs to that kitchen and let them know I'm about to leave and kiss my baby goodbye and, you know, give her a couple giggles before I leave. Y'all know what this lady told me? She asked me one more time, so you're not... And this time, oh, the attitude was different. She looked at me now. Now, this is what I can't stand about her. When she don't like to be challenged. She don't like you to say nothing to her. So when she don't give a fuck what you talking about, or when she don't care what you saying, she'll start doing this blinky eye shit. She'll start doing shit like that. So go downstairs to the kitchen, and she's like, so you're really not going to go to church? I said, no, ma'am, I'm not going to church. I'm about to go. Y'all, this lady said, well, who told you that your kid could ride with me? I'm sorry. What now? What you said? She said, you heard what I said. Who told you that your child could ride in the car with me? You're going to have to take her to church. When I tell y'all, I politely snatched my motherfucking purse up off that counter, kissed my kid goodbye, and I walked out that house, because what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Who are you to tell? Doing everything in their power for me to not have a life, for me to be isolated, because she wanted to let me know, you are gutter trash. You gonna listen to me and only me. You ain't doing nothing. You're not gonna have a life because you ruined my son's life. So I'm finna show you what you got yourself into by fucking with us. That's what I got from that. Politely skedaddled out the door and went on about my business. Let me tell y'all, she blew my phone up the entire time. That's what they do. Anytime I wanted to go somewhere or anything like that, blow my phone up the entire time. Frazzling me. Trying to fuck with my mind. Trying to make it seem like my child is not going to be, or I'm going to have my child. And that's what they would do. They would plant little seeds in my head to be like, you do this? Oh, best believe your child will be taken away from you. She used to always make comments of, oh yeah, I have a lawyer friend on standby. Oh yeah, I know people in the courts. Oh yeah, I know this person. I know that person. I'm in HR. I know how things work. Imagine what that does to a young 25-year-old female with her history and her past and what she's been through, not having a mother, and you're being mind fucked every day. Every day you being mind fucked. Him just lying, just lying because he fucking want to, getting to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I'm talking about out here in this world just living. I'm talking about in the midst of all of what I'm talking about right now. This boy has been stealing. This boy has been totaling car after car after car. This boy has been literally getting into shit, running around with 16 and 17-year-olds, and you a whole 26-year-old man. Y'all, tell me what that sound like. But I still couldn't focus on that because I'm focusing on me and my daughter. I'm sorry, y'all. My baby came and knocked on the door. And like I told y'all, I don't like to speak about him, or I don't like her to see. I always tried to mask the pain that I was feeling, the mask the pain that I was going through, because she's a baby. She's a happy, beautiful, vibrant baby, and I never wanted to pour that energy and that stuff onto her, because we about to go to the store. But anyway, I'm gonna finish up this video, and then I'll drop another one later and continue. But basically, that's what I was going through. Literally silencing me, trying to shut me up, trying to make me lose my mind. And I didn't know at that time, but they were doing that so that, you know, and then it's just like when we would get into it. Now, when I say get into it, because I'm not that type of person. I don't like to argue. I don't like to yell, but he would do things to me. And I would try to come to her as a mother. Like, you're a mother. You should know what I'm going through, or you should empathize or sympathize and with what your son is. We're in the same house. I can't get away from him. But I made the decision to move down here to cultivate a better life. But y'all had plans to destroy me, to break my spirit, break my heart, just everything that y'all didn't like. Y'all didn't like my light. Y'all were trying to dim me. Y'all were trying to condemn me. But I didn't give up. I did not give up. And the things they would do, they would be on to me for a couple of days, and then the next week or so, they'll be nice. It'll be all family. It'll be all from. That's what narcissists do. They try to make you, they try to gaslight you and love bomb you into thinking that you're crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. I know how I was raised. I know what love is supposed to be like. And y'all not giving that to me. Y'all are giving me y'all asses to kiss. Y'all are giving me hell. But I can't do that. I got to come and look at my baby face every day and still put on that brave face. Still let her know, mommy got you. And I did not know. But what they were doing, like I said, when we would like get into arguments and stuff like that, he would do something to me, and I would come to her and try to talk to her about it. And she would act like she knew what I was coming from. Now, when she had a problem with me, she would talk in front of him. She would say what she needed to say in front of him. But as soon as he fucked up or he did something that embarrassed her out there in that world, what's she doing? She creeping up into his room. She's closing the door and she's yelling at him silently. She don't want me to know what's being said. Corruption. Straight corruption. I was literally in the insane asylum. I was literally at Rikers. They were treating me like I was at Rikers. Is this Law and Order? Is this SVU? What the fuck? Where is Olivia and Stabler? Like, where's Benson and Stabler? Come save me. I'm being abused. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that at that time. And what they were doing, they were coming at me I was getting tag teamed. Imagine you getting a text from him. You getting a text from his mama. You getting a text from the stepdaddy. You getting a text from, like, it came to a point where I'm passionate about what I do. Like, I'm not going to call myself a crybaby, but I feel everything. So if I'm explaining something to you about how I'm being hurt, how I'm being mistreated, and you're double blinking eyeing me, first of all, disregarding anything I'm saying. And then on top of that, as soon as I'm talking, you need to lower your voice. You are being aggressive right now. I feel attacked. Narc. You're a fucking narc. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying, but it's going to be some cursing up in these videos because I got to get it out. I'm sorry. Cover your ears. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. I'm just playing. But anyway, yeah, but I know that they were trying to make me go crazy. She wanted me to punch her. She thought I was Alabama trash, remember? She thought I was some ghetto, black, little dumb girl who didn't come from nothing, who don't know nothing. You ain't had no mama. Your grandma raised you, this and this and that. That's how she was treating me. She was treating me like I was a baby mama. She was treating me like I'm a scum on the earth. Telling me I'm aggressive. You a whole Karen out here. You are Karen and me. right now. Now, mind you, that term wasn't out yet, but you straight carrying me. Like, but you over here coddling your son. You overcompensating for your son. Like, I'm literally paying for everything. And she's saying, yeah, he paid for it. No, bitch, it came out your pockets. It came out your pockets. How he paid for something? Mind you, I told you he got a job. I got him a job, right? Tell me why maybe like the 3rd month in, I got the managers coming to me saying, I think you need to have a talk with Taiwan because we're thinking about letting him go. He's not being serious. He's not doing. Mind you, him and the other little 16 and 17-year-old boys that work with us, they outside, going outside smoking. He going to house parties with them and stuff. You childish ass inkblot. You invader, ZIM, head-shaped ass bitch. I'm sorry, I had to get that one out. And your mama Gert over here pulling the motherfucking strings. Y'all were trying to make me go crazy. You wanted me to punch you. You wanted me to do something to where my freedom was taken away so you could justify taking my kid away from me. Because once again, I ruined y'all life. I stepped into y'all little precious ass territory. Noted. But I'm going to stop it right here because me and my babes got to go to the store. I'm cooking tonight. But this is just the beginning. And like I said, I'm very proud of myself that I'm able to stand on this because I'm going to give y'all a little tidbit. I cut them motherfuckers off cold turkey because my mindset was if both of the parents are not doing well, how the hell is the child going to succeed? That was always my mind. That was always my mindset when I got pregnant with her. That I felt like that was always my mindset in general before I had a kid, before I was even an adult. In childhood, I always felt like both of the parents have to be good for the child to thrive. So I was helping him. I was assisting him. I was giving advice. I was letting him know, like, all right now, your mama might not like that. Like, try to do it this way. No, he looked at me like another nagging ass mother that he didn't want to deal with. Because deep down inside, you hate your mom and you hate yourself. So since you can't do the things that you want to do to your mama, you did that shit to me. You would do everything in your power to hurt me, to spite me, to fuck me over. That's okay though. But I have a lot of stories. I'm gonna tell you about the time. I'm gonna tell you about the Disney World because that still stings me to this day. But it's okay. It's okay. Life of living with narcissists. Life of living with dark people, dark, evil people who do everything and who are broken spirited, whose family lineage and bloodline are just toxic and swimming of insecurities, jealousy, turmoil, just But I'm gonna catch y'all later. But just catch up on this and I'll be back. Love y'all. Bye.